What's up, you guys? It's just Numi this morning. I hope everyone is doing well. And I wanted to get on here to talk about, as the title says, why I applied to so many programs. So, as an international graduate of a Caribbean school or any international school, we are counseled by our advisors to try to make sure that we apply to a good amount of programs. Now, it really depends on your step scores, right? So, of course, the better score, if you have better scores, meaning step one above 220, step two between the average, which is 240, 245, you can maybe apply to under 100 programs. If you don't have those type of scores, our school encourages you to apply to greater than 100 programs. And so that is like the basis of everything at my particular school. We do have a very good match rate just in general, because the school is a very, very good school. It's known as the Harvard of the Caribbean. But there's still some obstacles for international medical graduates, and excuse me, it's still very hard to obtain a residency in the United States. Excuse me. There is mentors out there. I actually only know of one that I particularly used as guidance when it came to like how I should approach things and all of that. And that's Dr. Nina Loom. You guys can look her up, and I will put her website in the description box so you guys can go and visit her website. She offers a lot of information regarding international medical graduates and things that you should do to prepare yourself for entering residency. So that's all I'll say about that. But for me, because I had the fear of not matching, I ended up applying to a total of 430 programs. Now, that is absolutely insane, right? It was astronomically expensive. My school pays for up to, I want to say, uh, I want to say they give you, did they give us $1,500? I can't remember how much they gave us, but they do give you a small amount of money to actually, they don't give it to you. So this is what happens. They will cover up to $1,500. So what, and when they say cover, it means that they will approve your loan to get more money to cover that amount. So you basically pay for it, you send them proof that you paid for it, and then they then put in the process for the loan, and then you get that money back, but not really. It's not a gift. You are still responsible for paying that as a part of your loan. So they really don't give you anything. Um, but I ended up spending over $11,000 total when it came to applying to residency, because in my mind, I just did not want to be in a situation where I did not match. And, I know that's probably a tough mindset to be in, because trust me, there are a lot of people that don't match and they're fine. They do research for like a year or so and then they go back into the match. They may not match again. They continue to do what they're doing and they just keep trying. Then you have some people that go off on the deep end when they don't match, right? And it's understandable because you have spent so much money, so much time and energy in doing this, medical school and all of that. And then to not match, you still have all of these loans that you're responsible for. At least I would have all those loans that I'm responsible for. And it just would be very, very stressful for me and my family. So my mentality was I am going to just apply everywhere, and I'm going to apply to multiple specialties. And wherever God allows me to match, that is what I was meant to do, regardless of what my passion was. And so that was my approach. Now, as far as, you know, applying to so many programs, initially I was looking at the step scores and I was going that way. And then I was like, if I look at the for my step scores, if I look at that for step one, that was like my obstacle, because step two was fine, but a lot of places had a minimum for step one. So it was making it hard for me to apply to a lot of programs. And so I said, you know what, this year was different. A lot of things happened, as we all know, in 2020. A lot of things happened. Um, and, in 2019, some things happened as well, so it's just things have been kind of building, right? And so I just said this time is different. This year was different. I'm not going to allow my step score to hinder me. I'm going to just apply. And so I had saved up money for this. So this, came the time for me to use that money. And so that's what I did. And so I ended up applying to basically um, all of the programs that I felt that I could apply to or that I wanted to apply to in OB. I applied to a lot of family medicine programs, and then I didn't apply to that many internal medicine programs, but I did apply to some internal medicine programs as well. So it turned out a grand total of about 430 programs that I applied to. Out of all of those programs that I applied to, I only received a total of 31 interviews. So that's not a lot compared to all the programs that I applied to. And so, to me, that is telling. If I would have limited myself, I probably wouldn't have gotten those interviews, because you have no idea who's going to send you an invitation. And yes, I had talks with several programs outside of the match and outside before everything with the match happened, or the ERAS system stuff happened. And I can make a video about, going about how to prepare for ERAS as well. But, those were few programs, only maybe like 5 programs. And of the 5 programs, 4 of them were the only ones that sent an invitation. And I thank God that that happened. But you're competing against like 50,000 people that are applying, right? So because the competition is so high, I just said, I just want to make sure that I put myself out there, and that I, give myself the opportunity, because I know that I would kick myself in the back if I hadn't done that. And, I was in a situation where I didn't get any interviews, so because I'm one of those type of persons, I just thought, it would be good for me to just apply very, very broad, don't be picky, and go for it. And, I interviewed at all but 5, 6, 10 10 programs that I ended up giving away, because after I had several interviews, it became very monotonous, and also I kind of felt confident in the programs that I interviewed that I would have a pretty good chance of matching at those places. And I had to also dig down deep to say, hey, do I really want to be at this place? If I match at this place, am I gonna rank this place? And because I felt that the program probably was not gonna be good for me and my family, I decided to decline 10 of those interviews and open the opportunity for potentially 10 people being offered interviews, because a lot of people, because of this crazy environment and everything being virtual, people took a lot of interviews, I'm included in that. Some people did not get interviews, and so that is why I did that. And yeah, I did that, and I ended up ranking on my rank list 16 of those programs out of the so I ended up just ranked, I had 21, 22, something like that, and I ended up just ranking like 16 of them. I had 21. Yeah, I had 21 programs, and so I ended up ranking 16 of them, because I was like, I'm really adamant about this. I don't want to go to this place. And that's how the ranking system works. So anything on your rank list, it's fair game. And so you have to be willing to move, travel, train, what have you, in that place. And so, I thought about things some more, and I was just like, nah. So I ended up only ranking around 16. And that's basically why it's, I definitely probably went overboard with, applying to so many programs. A lot of my classmates were telling me, you probably could have applied to upwards of 200 maybe, and been fine. So, and 200 honestly is not abnormal for an international student to apply. Between 150 and 200, that is not abnormal. Actually, our advisors tell us to apply to between 150 and 200 if you don't have average scores, so, and then I applied to competitive specialty, right? So my advisor is telling me, don't even do that because you are not going to match. You are not going to get any interviews in that. And he was wrong. So, don't allow people also to tell you what you cannot do and try to put that negative energy out there because they don't know. They don't know what the path is for you. They don't know, what you have done, the footwork that you have done, who you've spoken with, or any of those things. So they're just going based off of numbers. And as you see, numbers are not everything. And I am living proof of that. So anyway, I hope this video was helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please don't forget to thumbs up this video and share. Yeah, that's basically it. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below and stay tuned for the next video. Bye.